Welcome to the third edition of the Artfire Success Series. Today we cover pricing.
Ah yes, selling your handcraft items can be tricky. They're your handmade babies and you want them to go to good homes at a reasonable price that reflects your efforts, expertise, and professionalism. So how do we do that?
The basics of pricing.
Pricing may sound like a daunting task, especially if you're just starting off with your business. You're experimenting, branding your business, and making a name for yourself. As an online merchant and shopper, you know that earning a shopper's trust, and in contrast, trusting a merchant for the first time can be quite the experiment on the human condition. Even though pricing is based on trial and error, there are a couple steps and even a formula you can follow to make sure you're pricing your items accordingly.
At minimum, cover costs. Make a note of the materials you use to make each item and how much you spend on them per item. If you sell vintage items and craft supplies, input the cost of the item when you purchased it. Consider your production process task by task. Include production time, packaging time, shipping, photo editing, and email replies. List business expenses not tied to a specific item. Track your expenses carefully so you can come back to it as you learn about pricing to sell. Breaking even on your product is not necessarily a bad thing, especially if you're just starting out. This helps you figure out who your customers are and to start building a following.
On the one side, we have the top-down approach, where you figure out your materials, expenses, labor, etc., and then figure out your retail price accordingly. On the other hand, we have the bottom-up approach, where you figure out what your retail price is going to be through research and comparison, and then work out how much money you actually need to spend to reach that retail price goal.
If you're going to charge for value, then you better deliver. Set the foundation for trust between you and the shopper and keep them wanting to come back. Do what your potential shoppers would do. Compare prices with your competitors and see how you hold up.
Deciding between these two pricing approaches really depends on your business and how much profit you want to make. If you're unsure where to start, ask yourself this question. What are you bringing to the table that another merchant isn't? What quality am I bringing forth? How much money am I actually spending on this? How much profit can I actually make from the business? And can I eventually raise my prices?
Experiment. The economy changes, your business changes, and your prices should reflect those changes.
All you should really focus on is staying consistent with the quality of your work and letting it speak for itself, along with your excellent customer service skills. I hope you find these tips useful. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for Lesson 4 of the Artfire Success Series.